Action News, live at 11, continues.
The newest member of our HOA Hall of Shame lands contact 13 in the middle of a street fight.
As Chief Investigator Darcy Spears reports, no one's throwing punches, but a master and sub-association in Southern Highlands are brawling over parking.
Show of hands, who wants to be able to park in your community? Who wants to have family members come over? Who wants to have friends come over? Who has a wife?
The quality of life in the Southern Highlands community of Ansedonia is suffering, according to residents who came out to talk with Contact 13 about parking.
And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the harassment and the things that are transpiring.
This isn't the first time we've profiled parking problems in Ansedonia. A year ago, the community banded together to boot parking enforcement company Boot It from their neighborhood. Since then, they elected a new board and changed the rules to allow street parking. Bob Sullivan is the Ansedonia Association's attorney.
What you had here was a real changing of the guard, where a new board came in that's much more homeowner friendly. And that's not sitting well with the Master Association.
Which is why they say Master Association Southern Highlands is fighting Sub-Association Ansedonia over street parking.
You guys are just trying to live your lives here, and you're representing your community, and you're having trouble just doing that.
Yep, I am, and it's just, there's no reason. They're being unreasonable. They're just getting off on this power trip of, and I don't know why.
Ansedonia sent this parking survey out to all residents last fall.
And of the respondents in this case, 33 respondents, 92% of them came back wanting on-street parking. And it's believed that the 3 votes against on-street parking were the former board members.
Because of those 3 no votes, Southern Highlands rejected the rule change and told Ansedonia that every owner had to vote.
100%. Out of 160 homes. So does that mean when we vote for the President of the United States, if 100% of the United States population doesn't vote, a president is not elected? Sounds impossible. Everybody has a chance to vote.
Those who did vote complained in their survey responses about how family and friends have to park across the street in the desert or at a grocery store a mile away and be shuttled into the community. One resident wrote, "I would have never bought this house had I known the problems with parking. I will be moving out as soon as I'm able to sell my home, only because of parking." Even the fire department determined Ansedonia meets their code for emergency vehicle access, with parking allowed on both sides of the street.
All people want to do is put their cars near their homes.
Yes, that's all they want to do is just be able to park within the neighborhood without being harassed.
Board member Veronica Bias says once they started pushing back, Southern Highlands started playing dirty.
It's really been horrible.
Ansedonia board members started getting violations for things like the color of their cable wires, which had been in place for years, and non-stop parking violations on the street.
For me, I got one and the car didn't even belong to me.
And even in their own driveway.
You've been instructed by the Board of Directors of Southern Highlands.
It got so bad, they started videotaping Southern Highlands security guards and posting the videos on YouTube.
You don't need to tag it in front of us, okay? So this is obviously bogus. This is obviously retaliation.
Attorney Bob Sullivan sent Southern Highlands this letter saying their security guards were targeting certain residents with spurious parking violations, suggesting a disturbing departure from cool-headed judgment and professionalism.
It just doesn't make sense. You know, the community's tried really hard trying to do things civilly, you know, and going through a little bureaucracy, trying to get things done the right way, and it's just, you know, nothing but opposition.
Southern Highlands wouldn't go on camera. They wouldn't even return my calls. We wanted to ask them about the seemingly selective enforcement, about the allegedly bogus violation letters sent to Ansedonia board members, about allegations of ticketing cars on Ansedonia Street, but not in other communities, and about the family who lives on this street with a severely disabled child who had to file a federal complaint to battle Southern Highlands over special handicap and medical services parking permits. But Southern Highlands wouldn't answer any of my questions. They hid behind their lawyer, who sent a written statement saying Southern Highlands has always been consistent in its approach to parking enforcement and that they continue to look for a proper resolution to the parking problem.
They did not want to do anything to resolve this as what the people would like that reside here.
It seems like they're swooping in to defeat the will of the homeowners here.
Yeah, I think it's just beyond now. It's just an ego trip. Do you think this rises to the level of our HOA Hall of Shame?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
There is still some finger pointing going on between the two associations, but both sides hope all of this can be hammered out. They've got a special meeting scheduled for the 14th, which we will be following closely to let you know if residents win the right to park in their own community. Darcy Spears, Channel 13, Action News.
Now, we have set up a link to all of the YouTube videos so you can see how far this whole thing has gone. Just go to our website, ktng.com, type in the keyword links, and don't forget, we want to hear from you. Just email us at 13investigates@ktng.com with your nominations for our HOA Hall of Shame.